All right. Hello, everybody. I am Jen Rosen. Thank you so much for coming to this call tonight on a gosh, is it a Wednesday? It's a Wednesday evening. It's beautiful out here, at least in Minnesota. So I really, really value your time. So we're going to keep this quick, just about 30 minutes, and then we're going to open it up to Q&A. So I wanted to introduce myself, and then I'm going to introduce Deetra. She's going to come on just in a little bit, but my name is Jen Rosen. I am by trade, I'm a luxury wedding planner, but I am now a regenerative health practitioner and coach, and feel just so passionate about what I am about to share with you. But I want first to introduce Deetra before I begin. So Deetra, can you come on and just introduce yourself really quickly?
Hi, I'm Deetra, and I'm partnered with Jen. I am a therapist by trade, and now have added in being a certified regenerative practitioner and health coach as well. So excited to support you all tonight.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Okay, so thank you so much for coming on. Whoever has invited you, they deeply care for you, because this information truly completely transformed my life in many, many ways. So I just want to dive right in. I normally do slides on like our Thursday calls, but today I'm just going to talk to you about this really valuable, important health information. And then at the end, we'll talk a little bit about how you can also potentially make an income if that is is of interest for you. So the superfoods that you're going to learn about there's a couple of things that really stand out to me. So I'm going to weave my story in here just a little bit, but when I first was introduced to regenerative health and these organic superfoods, I was deeply suffering. I was already changing my diet because I was dealing with chronic pain. I was also dealing with an autoimmune disorder, and I was like a shell of a human. I was putting on the smile, but no one really knew how deeply I was suffering. And when I found out that our bodies can truly transform from within without like Western, medicines, I tried everything. I tried all the Western side of things. So I tried cortisone shots, stem cell injections. I tried it all. I've been to all the different specialists, and nothing really worked. And when I learned that our body is a pH system, and that it doesn't matter where you come from, your background, your race, how you were raised, your genetics, that we are all human, that we all have this body, this human body, and it's supposed to function properly on its own when you give it the right environment. So we are a pH center, and our bodies do so much better when we are ingesting alkalinity. And I was realizing how acidic my body truly was. And it really has nothing to do with weight. I was so focused on losing weight because I had gotten a lot of misinformation in the past. And I had lost all the weight, but I was still in chronic pain. And I could not figure out what was wrong with me and why I was dealing with this debilitating pain in my body. So when I first found out about these superfoods, like I said, what the few things that I love about them is, one, they're more than organic. So that's super important, because the health of the soil and where we grow our food is vital to human health. So think about the food that we are going to get from the supermarket. We really don't know much about that food. We don't know where it's grown. We don't know how long it's been sitting on the back of a truck. We don't know where it's coming from. And I started getting really good at reading labels, because I was really flaring up with a lot of the foods that I was eating. So I started to read a lot of the ingredients on things. And even when I was doing all of that, I still was in chronic pain. So when I looked at what was in these superfoods and where they actually came from, I was absolutely amazed. Because they are sprouted seeds, they're grown in regenerative soil. So Purium actually means pure and premium. They are a family farm. So they're grown in this amazing farm. Most of our stuff comes from a Utah farm. And then the other farms are throughout US and some international, but all of our farms are regeneratively grown. And regeneratively grown means there's life in the soil. There's an ecosystem in the soil. And I had no idea that soil health meant anything to my human health before. I was just eating organic and still feeling depleted and still having chronic pain in my body. So this was foundational. I was like, okay, this is good stuff. There's no additives, there's no fillers, there's no binders, there's no like natural flavors, which in the food world, agricultural systems, like if you see natural flavors, they can hide up to 66 chemicals and toxins in natural flavorings. So when you're reading ingredients, there's a lot of like greenwashing, or it's marketing, if you will. And so I finally found something that I felt like was really going to help my body. And I started with our transformation, and that's what I'm going to just talk to you about tonight, because it is truly foundational for pretty much every human being. And I want to talk to you a little bit about glyphosate as well, because I feel like this is super important. If you don't understand what glyphosate is, you can do a little research on your own, but glyphosate is the main component in Roundup. I would love to know if you guys know what that is. Put a 1 in the chat if you know or have heard of glyphosate. And glyphosate is a compound. It's the main ingredient in Roundup. It is a chemical pesticide that we have started to spray. Well, we started to spray on our farms in the late 70s and the early 80s. And since then, our disease, lack of flow, issues in your tissues, whatever you want to call it, has skyrocketed. So cancer is like 1 in 2 now in America. 1 in 2 will get cancer. And back in the 80s, it was like 1 in several thousands would get cancer. And autoimmunity is in the millions and now creeping up to billions of people worldwide. And this is an issue. And it's skyrocketed. Well, why? What changed? What was the major factor? Well, we spray now 5.6 billion pounds of this chemical pesticide worldwide. So much so that it's in our rain and it's in our water system, and it's water soluble. So glyphosate was actually patented as an oral antibiotic. And what this does is it eats like tiny holes in your gut lining, breaking the tight junctions in your gut. And it also creates a mucoid plaque in your belly wall, which is really obstructing your absorption. So without getting too technical, we have microvilli in our small intestines, and it's supposed to uptake and really take in nutrients in our small intestine. And when we have something obstructing that, we're going to feel depleted. We're going to feel bloated. We're not going to be able to absorb the nutrients we're actually eating. And so think of like the organic produce that you go and buy from the store. Many of us are eating organic, or if you're not, you're probably noticing a difference if you go from, non-organic to organic. So, it might taste a little bit better. It might taste more like blueberries. It might be a little bit more ripe. However, nowadays, I have been tasting a lot of organic foods that doesn't have a lot of flavor, that doesn't taste right. And so that is because of the soil it's grown in. And so really organic right now, sadly, just is filling our bellies and not really meeting our phyto and micronutrient needs that our cells need. So our body is made up of trillions of cells and 2 fluid systems. We have the blood and we have the lymphatic system. And the blood feeds the glands and the organs, and the lymph cleans the glands and the organs. we're pretty simple when you break it down as a whole of the body. So I love that you're all here. Many of us have lots of different ailments that we're dealing with, which we can totally talk about it here at the end of the call. But when you really think about humans, we need to do 4 main things correctly to be able to optimally live. And the number one thing is digestion. And as Americans, we get that one wrong, just at number 1. And our gut is like leaking and it's permeating out everything that we're eating, and it's sitting in our lymph system, creating acidosis and inflammation and lots of parasites, and all these things are happening in our tissues. And we're wondering why we're all so tired and depleted and cranky and not feeling like we should. Most of us are like, I'm fine, I'm okay. But we're not saying, I'm great, I have amazing energy, I just ran a mile and didn't even think about it. Like, we are not feeling optimal, right? We're barely getting through our workouts, if we're working out at all. I was not even able to work out before I knew this information. And it's been transformational, like I said. So after I got these superfoods in my body, I completely transformed my life pretty much in the first week. I remember the second day going, okay, I feel amazing. This is the second day. Like, my cells are like, woo, what is in this? You know, I don't know what's going on, but I was like doing a dance, you know, internally. And in that first 6 days, I had shed 6 pounds of inflammation. I say inflammation because typically you don't lose that much fat in 1 week. That's a lot of water weight, a lot of inflammation left my tissues. And it really showed because my chronic pain subsided. So the chronic nerve pain I was getting, like shooting nerve pain in my feet, completely subsided and went away, that I was searching for an answer for 6 years. And that went away in 1 week with these superfoods. So I'm going to talk to you about just some of the foundational things really quickly. When you get on a transformation here with us with Purium, you are just adding in organic, more than organic superfoods grown in healthy soil. And there is some 4 foundational things that you need to know about. So number 1 is the Super Aminos 23. Why do you have to get these in your body? Let's talk about that. So our body has to absorb, and we like utilize protein in a certain way in our bodies, amino acids. So our body makes 11, but we are dependent on 9 coming from our plant life. And what glyphosate also does, which I didn't mention, is it breaks the shikimate pathway to the plant. And this is why they deemed it safe for humans, because we don't have a shikimate pathway. Well, the shikimate pathway to the plant breaks the possible part for the plant to make our essential amino acids. So it's almost like we're walking around this life, you know, trying to write sentences with 0 vowels. And that's why we're like misfiring. There's things happening in our body. There's arthritis starting, there's pain, there's aches. And so what these are is it's all of the 9 essential amino acids from organic non-soy legumes. And they are bioavailable. They go right into your stomach lining within 23 minutes. And why this is so incredible is because if you're eating other protein sources, you are maybe getting 11 to maybe 36% of your essential amino acids from those proteins. The rest is discarded as waste and usually leaving an acidic ash in your system. And then that's causing all this inflammation, pain in your tissues, on and on. And then of course that increases your parasite load and your pathogen load in your body. So why these are so important is because your body doesn't have to go through a filtration process and you know, the liver gets a break and the kidneys get a break, and you're able to just completely absorb them right into your stomach lining, and it fills you up. It's food. So I usually take these right away in the morning with some lemon water before workout, and it fills you up and it meets your needs. So these are essential to human health. The second part is our Power Shake. This is pretty typical. It is that most people will take during their transformation, but this is going to be 96% of your micronutrient needs. It's all of your amazing superfoods that you can't get in the supermarket, you can't grow yourself. It's all of the things that we need at a foundational level just to function properly, to get the right vitamins and minerals in our system. And it also has those healthy fats as well. So it's very alkalizing. It is a green drink, but think of it like when dehydrated superfoods that have all the nutrients packed in there. And when you add back water, you're just reactivating this alive food. And when you get it in front of you, it smells like food. It looks like food. It's fluffy. And I have toured, and so has Deetra, the manufacturer. It is a family farm, but everything is in our family manufacturer. And it's literally people. There's just people there grinding up your food and packaging it into this biodegradable bag. And it's absolutely incredible. And they're shipping it directly to your door. And when you first take it, it's like, it is literally everything your cells have been crying out for. So think of like if you eat a big meal and you're like, oh my gosh, I cannot fit in one more thing in. Well, 10 minutes later, you're at the fridge. Why is that? Your belly is full, but you're at the fridge. That's because your cells are crying out for satiation and nourishment and nutrients that you have not given it. So like, now I drink the shake and I'm like, I am so satisfied. I feel so good in my body and I feel lit up and I don't even need anything else. And then I move on with my day. The third component that is essential is Biometic. And the reason why is because every single person, babies, kids, we all have glyphosate in our tissues. So this is the only thing that has been clinically proven to remove glyphosate within 30 days, up to 75%. And it also reduces C-reactive protein in the body. And this is working because you're going to eliminate this black sludge that has been giving you all of these issues in your belly. And I used to have a distended belly. I mean, it looked like I was pregnant. If you are on here, you can get my before and after pictures. It's kind of disturbing. Somebody asked me once, you were sticking out your stomach. And I'm like, girlfriend, I wish I was, because I was not. I was not. But that is exactly what glyphosate does. Is it bloats you. It's like, I think I probably had 6 pounds of sludge in there. I mean, I was eating whatever I wanted for 30 some odd years, and this chemical was just sticking to my bowels, which is why I constantly dealt with IBS symptoms throughout my 20s and early 30s. So now I don't deal with that anymore because I got it out of my system. So that's essential. It's also a pre and probiotic. It's like a herb blend, and it has fulvic and humic acid in it. And then the fourth part is sleep. So many Americans do not sleep well. Put a 2 in the chat if this was you or this is you, where you are really struggling to sleep restfully and wake up feeling like, wow, I had like an amazing night's sleep. I feel good. I've been able to detox overnight. So our body actually goes through a healing sleep, and we need to be asleep really between 10 and 4 for sure. Obviously, most of us don't get up at 4, but for sure those time frames, because your body will go through a healing of like your nervous system, your certain glands and your organs overnight. And we need to get into a deep REM sleep. So we have what's called Pathacherry, and this is a concentrated cherry juice. And the reason why it's concentrated is we just take out the water content so that the cherries can literally do their thing in your body. And each serving is about 30 cherries. And cherries are known for their antioxidants. And this is actually what's going to help your gut naturally produce melatonin. I'm sure many of you have heard of melatonin. Most people actually take a synthetic melatonin to fall asleep. But as we say here in regenerative health, if you take it, you don't make it. And the same thing goes for collagen. Collagen is not healthy for your body to be taking it in. Our body actually creates it. And so the aminos and the cherry juice mixed together allows your body to create the right amount of collagen for you. And so I have seen like my skin, my hair, my nails get stronger just by adding this in to my daily routine. So after 30 days of my transformation, I was like a new person, and Deetra can attest to this. She saw me before and she saw me after, and she was like, okay, who dis? Literally, I think that's what she said. And I was like, I know, seriously, this is insane. I mean, you just start to like become who you were really created to be, and not have all of these pathogens and parasites coming out to eat at you at night. I mean, that's how I felt. I just felt angry and frustrated and irritated, and I couldn't put my finger on it. And that comes to like the fifth part of our cleanse, our transformation, is the parasite cleanse. It's an herbal protocol. It's called Super Cleanse R, and it's so gentle. I've tried so many different cleanses and so many things in the past that just did not fulfill me. It didn't serve my body. I could tell it wasn't working. I wasn't feeling better. And after I took my Super Cleanse R for 10 days in the middle, I felt lighter. I felt happier than ever. My body was like coming back to me. I lost 18 pounds in 30 days, and I had just never felt better in my life. And I continued on because I was like, how could I not continue on? Because I just was like feeling so good in my body. And many people on this call, or if they've invited you, have also experienced the same thing. And so it's not just me, it's all of us. And we wouldn't be shouting it from the rooftops if it wasn't so incredibly important and foundational to our health. And sadly, our agricultural system is broken right now. We just don't have the healthy soil. 99% of all of our farms in America are void of nutrients in the soil. That includes organic. And that is staggering. Organic farms just mean that they're not actively spraying chemical pesticides, but it doesn't mean that they're testing the soil. They're not adding back in green manure, minerals into the soil. They're not catching the rainwater, because glyphosate is actually in the rain. And so what we do at Purium is we actually will spray our farms with natural spring water so that there's no chemical pesticides or herbicides or any of those things getting into the nutrients of the soil. So think of it as just like the purest ground possible, how we were really meant to eat back in the day until we messed it up, spraying all this stuff on our farms. And so we're just really getting back to the way we should be feeling and the way we should be moving through our life. And pain and suffering does not belong in our bodies. And we should not be saying that we're okay, because okay is just not good enough. Okay was me suffering. And I don't know what your okay means, but if you're here, your okay is not good enough anymore. Right? And so I think we can all agree that, it's priceless to feel incredible in our bodies and allow our nervous systems to heal, our brain to heal, our gut to function properly, to eliminate correctly. And I wanted to go back. There's 4 things that matter in the body. And then I'm going to turn it over to Deetra to talk to you about what we have coming up for you. But digestion, we get it wrong there. What's the second thing? We need to absorb and utilize. And absorption and utilization is really hard for us if we can't even digest properly. And the 4th thing that every human has to do is eliminate correctly. And elimination, I'm smiling because I know urine and poop, I never thought I'd be talking about it on Zoom calls, but it's so important to human health. And I'm fine talking about it. So please talk to me about how you're eliminating. I know it sounds weird, but it's super important. If you're eating, you should be eliminating. So if you're eating every day, 3 times a day, you should be eliminating every time you eat. So that's like 3 times a day or more if you eat more. So we need to normalize that, because that is truly normal, and allowing your body to get out those chemicals and get out the toxins in your urine. And it's super important. So we're going to help you fix all of those 4 things with this protocol. So now I want to turn it over to Deetra to kind of talk to you about what we have coming up and what you can look forward to in our community. And then Deetra, if you want to just talk just briefly too about just our opportunity here, if somebody just thinks that they maybe can't afford something like this, what you would suggest, and also the business opportunity that we have here, if that is of interest of someone.
Thanks, Jen. Yeah, so I'll start with what we have coming up here. So as a therapist, what I have learned is that really people do their absolute best. Typically, when we start something new, it can feel overwhelming because when we don't know what to do, we typically don't do anything. Have you ever bought something and you were so excited about it, and then you got it home and it looked like there were too many parts, there were too many instructions, and so you just left it in the box and you didn't even open it up? And a lot of times when people are starting with something new in their health journey, they will approach it in that same way. And so we love to do our health journey here in community. So July 11th, we are going to have a summer transformation. And we strategically picked that date because it's right after the 4th of July, when people are going to be celebrating. You're with family, you're with friends. And what do we do when we celebrate? We eat the foods that are around us, we eat what's available to us, and sometimes it's not the best choices. And so we want to offer you community. So this will be a 30-day transformation starting July 30th, and July 11th. We'll have 3 options for you because everybody's at a different place with what they need. And so we really want to curate a plan for you and meet you where you are. The first option is the protocol that Jen just covered. That is our ultimate lifestyle transformation. That's our most popular protocol. It's what I started with. It's what Jen started with, and a lot of the other people that are on the call. So you're going to get those 5 aspects that she mentioned. The second option has become my absolute favorite because I love to work out. And unbeknownst to me, in the first probably 10 years of my workout journey, I was using a lot of isolated supplements. I was using a lot of things to really, what I thought, grow muscle in my body and refuel my body after workouts, but it was actually creating more harm and it was damaging my liver. And so Purium has come up with a beautiful package that we call the Ultimate Lifestyle Transformation Plus Performance. And what this allows people to do is to nourish and to detoxify, to get rid of those parasites like Jen was talking about, but also to continue to get that maximum absorption for your athletic performance. So it focuses on hydration. It focuses on electrolytes. Things like Gatorade and Powerade actually deplete the body from electrolytes. And so this is restoring and adding back in. It helps with cellular ATP, which is really just oxygen to your cells. It's where you get your energy from. And so you kind of get to marry both components together. So you're not sacrificing your fitness for your health. And then the third component is, it's called a juice in a bag. So it comes with the 6 amazing juices with an unlimited amount of juice options that you can put together really to nourish and to hydrate and to move your body into that state of alkalinity like Jen was talking about. And some people really like to start with this place. Maybe the idea of a cleanse feels overwhelming, but you want to start somewhere. So this is a really beautiful place to start, and it will kind of usher you in, and then we can move you into the next phase when you're ready. And so with that, we are going to be putting everybody into one container in a private Facebook group. We'll be offering cooking classes. We'll be doing some juicing in there, giving recipes. We will have pop-up opportunities to talk about proper food combining. What does it mean to you when you go into a store to shop? How do you even approach that, right? You're starting something new. What kinds of things should you be looking for? How do you read the label? Just things to really propel you forward in your health journey. We do not believe in a here's your box, good luck model here. that. And the person that invited you to this call will be able to help you with getting signed up for that. So we're getting that put together, and that should go live here pretty soon so you can enroll. And I would encourage you, really, if you're on this call tonight, to go ahead and do it. It's going to start July 11th. It'll take about a week to get your box. And so this will give you the opportunity to have it ordered, get it here on time, get your shopping list, start to get your house in order so you're ready to go when the date starts. So with that, I'm going to transition over into a little bit about our business opportunity. And this is close to my heart because I came from another health and wellness company. And so I've seen different models of how this works. And so when I say that we have something very unique here, I mean it. This is not my first rodeo. And I came from a company that really, and the heart of their people and their families was not at the forefront. And when I started with Purium a year and a half ago, I was blown away. One, that I could work on my health while building wealth at the same time. The day that I ordered my superfood protocol, I also started my business. It was the same price packaged in one. So I ordered my protocol and I got a business at the same time. So if that is something that you're looking for, that opportunity is available to you. We have an amazing compensation plan. We offer up to $2,500 in fast start bonuses in your first 3 months. And I personally earned that, and it blew me away. It blessed my family tremendously because not only could I continue to buy my superfoods, I could buy them for everybody in my family, and it wasn't a stressor for me, but also we were able to start to put some money towards training in a box. So when you get your box, you are getting your training. We are telling you, here's what you need to do. We're holding your hand. We have duplicatable systems. So we offer 2 support calls a week for new customers. That means your customers that are like, what do I do? And maybe you don't have the answers. That's okay. They're going to be met with compassion and love by one of our practitioners, one of our coaches that has been in this business to meet them and to tell them what they need to do next. Then we offer 2 support calls a week for our existing customers and brand partners because we want you to continue. We want to see you thrive. We know that you didn't get into this place in 1 month. You're not going to get out in 1 month. And so we're offering all of these wraparound services to help your customers, but to also help you to sustain your business. So with that, website, and we are a part of, within our company, we are a part of probably one of the healthiest teams because we are very regeneratively health focused. What that means is what we do goes beyond Purium products, and we really dive deeper into people's health journey, but also we dive deep into helping people to build wealth because one of the main things that contributes to illness in the body is financial stress, right? People shouldn't have to choose between eating healthy and taking care of their health or being able to pay their bills. You can have both. And so our model here really supports that, and it really keeps that at the forefront. And so we're holding your hand every step of the way. We're telling you your next step, and we're really helping you with your personal goals, your personal dreams for what is going to meet your family needs, because everybody is in a different place. For some people, right? For people that their goal is to support other people and to build other people's dreams, or maybe that's very missions focused, like Jen and her husband. They're very missions focused. Their dream is to give over half of their income to missions and to charity, right? This company, this platform is allowing them the space to do that. And so what we want to know from you is what your dreams are, and then we help to support you in that. So it's just about 5 minutes over our time. So I want to open it up for any questions that you guys have, and we would love to answer that. Also, the person that invited you to this call, if you want more information about our summer transformation. If you want more information about our business opportunity and the packages that qualify for you to upgrade at no additional cost, that person will be able to get you that information if we don't get to answer it on the call tonight. Okay, so I see Lori has her hand up. If you want to come off mute.
Hey, Deetra. I know someone that's dealing with shingles and they weren't able to be on the call they were going to be, but they're not able to. What would you recommend for that?
Yep. So first, I would recommend that, of course, we clean up the diet. So we need to move them into an alkaline diet. I would send them that alkaline food chart. And then I would say get them started on the ultimate lifestyle transformation. They are going to really need 3 full months of the transformation because they're going to need both of those parasite cleanses. And then I would also probably support with Be Energetic, I think.
Yeah, and then
And
I
Lori,
would also maybe add, Deetra, if you think Virusure, which will
Yep.
help bring down the viral load in their body.
Yep.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Awesome. Thanks, Deetra. Does anybody else have any
Yep.
questions for us? There's lots of people on here. Thank you guys for coming.
Yeah.
You can raise your hand or you can put it your questions in the chat.
I see a question. What would you suggest for post hysterectomy and hormones?
Mhm.
Do you want to answer it, Jen?
Yeah, I mean,
answer
so just balancing their hormones. I mean, I always put people on the cleanse. Every single person, if you're breathing, you have parasites. So I always put people on the cleanse because, you know, your gut makes 80% of your hormones, and your adrenal function, your adrenal glands also help with hormone production. So I would absolutely get them on the ULT. If they're grain free, we can look at the Kids Shake ULT, but I would definitely put them on the Be Energetic plus the White American Ginseng.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Do you know if it was a full or partial hysterectomy? Who asked that question?
It was Tara. Full.
Okay. Yeah, I still would do that. You know, they still have their adrenal glands, so definitely support them for sure with the White American Ginseng and the Be Energetic at the same time, and then they can titrate off the Be Energetic after about 2 months.
Mm-hmm. Another question.
Okay, yeah, go ahead.
Can you take the supplements while breastfeeding? Absolutely. You cannot do the parasite cleanse. That is a part. So any person on here that is pregnant or nursing, you can do everything that comes in the ultimate lifestyle transformation, but you'll need to give your parasite cleanse to a partner or just put that away for when you're done with your pregnancy or nursing. But absolutely.
Yeah, if she is on here and she has like some goals, how, you know, maybe tell us how you're feeling. You certainly can come off mute if you'd like, and let us know kind of how you're feeling. But this has been, Nicole Fletcher, she's a certified lactation consulting brand partner. She said, absolutely, these are whole food protocols and herbs. So it's absolutely super safe for you. And actually preferable. So Nicole has said many times over that this has helped with milk production and just the overall state of your body being more alkaline, and more alkalinity is really going to help you move through that postpartum, nursing your child, having enough energy to get through the days. And then, you know, obviously that's going to go into your baby as well. So it's the best for them as well. And then there was, I think Katie said, oh yeah. So Katie said, this has helped 2 of my people get rid of their psoriasis. Awesome. That's amazing. Yeah. So skin issues is really like, think of the skin as the 3rd kidney. So if your body is not actively filtering out waste, your lymphatic system is going to figure out a way to get it out. And so it's going to push it through your skin. And that's going to cause a lot of eczema patches, dandruff, psoriasis, acne. Cystic acne is actually an infection in the lymphatic system. And then it's gone kind of a step above. But we can also help with that too. Thank you. Are we able to take the luxury performance package while breastfeeding? Yes. So the only thing that we might have you pause on, I have to look and see if it's in there. Is the Aloe Digest in the performance package?
It is. The Aloe Digest is in the performance package.
So I would just skip that for now or give that to your partner. It's awesome normally, but it can dry up your milk. So I would pause on that, but everything else you can take safely. The aminos are amazing. They can't beat this. The MVP Sport, which is an after drink from after you work out. All of those are super, super safe. I am going to answer, let's answer, Candace, you had your hand raised, and then we'll answer that other question here.
Hey ladies, I'm actually having a conversation with someone tomorrow, post TBI about 20 years ago, and is also diagnosed with bipolar disorder. So I was just wanting to get some recommendations for him so that I could continue the conversation. He wasn't able to be here tonight.
Yeah, so I would recommend the Ultimate Lifestyle Transformation, Candace. I would also start him on the Revive It All slowly, White American Ginseng, and start there. Do you know, is he on medication for his bipolar disorder?
Yes.
Okay.
I can't tell you what it is right now.
Yeah, no, that's okay. So those are the three things that I would start him with while he is titrating down off of his medication. We don't want to throw too much at him too quickly, just because he may be on an antipsychotic. And so we just want to, keep him pacing, go slowly. So the Ultimate Lifestyle Transformation, 1 Revive It All, and White American Ginseng is where I'd start him. And then, just have him work with his doctor to titrate down. But this will help get him nourished, help to repair his gut, and really help to start to increase that serotonin. And the traumatic brain injury, the nourishment for that is going to help with that as well. So that's where I'd start him.
Awesome. Okay, so Shanti said, do you have a protocol for children to use the product? Yeah.
Yes.
So do you want to take this, Dee, or do you want me to?
Yeah. How old is the child?
Yeah, it depends on how old they are.
Sorry, I was on mute. She's 10.
Oh, great. So I would recommend our Epigenius Kids Shake. It has 97% of the nutrients that she would need. It's going to help with the Biometic is in that. So there's 1 serving of Biometic to help with the gut repair, pulling the glyphosate out in the mucoid plaque. It's got a serving of super aminos, and then it has apothecary juice. So that's what I would recommend. And then we also have, that I think is just great to have, is the Kids Immune Shield. I think we should always be supporting our immune system year round. We don't want to wait for something to happen. We want to just have it in there. It's a tincture. And so it's just tiny drops that you can add to her drink or her shake, or, directly under her tongue if you want. But it's a great protocol to start her with.
Mm-hmm. Awesome.
Awesome. Thank you. And I do have a follow-up question really quick, because, she's currently taking Juice Plus or what have you, just for her like fruits and vegetable supplements and everything. So what does that look like combining the two? I don't want to overexert her body, and it kind of sounds weird, right? Like all of this nutrition in one, but what does it look like taking Juice Plus and adding Purium to, her diet as well?
So Juice Plus, and I would say look at the label, but any of the Juice Plus labels that I've seen from other people that I've worked with, there is some isolated chemistry in Juice Plus. And so anything that is
Okay.
isolated, that means that it is made in a lab and her body actually can't really absorb it fully or utilize it. And so what I would actually encourage you to do is to pull her off of anything isolated, including the Juice Plus, and move just into the whole food organic micronutrition that we're recommending. That's going to be the
Thank
best for
you.
her at the cellular level. You're welcome.
Yeah, and Nicole said, the Kids Immune Shield is wonderful as well with the Epigenus Kids Shake. Shanti, thanks for your question. Okay, let's go to Cecilia. You have your hand up. You can come off mute.
Sorry, I thought I took it off mute. I am trying to, there we go. Okay. I'm just going to get to a question that I have for a friend that I believe is listening. She said, what products aid with energy and weight loss? And energy, she means natural energy supplements, nothing that stimulates the heart rate or elevates the blood pressure cuff. She has some blood pressure issues and high blood pressure, but she keeps it down to, oh, okay, that's it. Yeah. So she's just saying,
Yeah,
uh,
thank you.
yeah.
That's great.
Mhm.
So this is amazing for all of that. This
Yeah.
is the best thing you could try and do. And every single client that I have that has any high blood pressure. So is it high on the top and the bottom? I'm assuming, but top is adrenals, bottom is kidney function. So that will kind of tell us like which gland and organ to support. But either way, this is going to help her. So if it is really high and she tends to go that route, I would be supporting the adrenal glands with the B energetic to start for sure, and starting on a cleanse. So whenever you have high blood pressure, you typically have a high parasite load, a lot of acidosis in the tissues. So we want to move into an alkalinity type protocol, which is great with the ULT. If you're coming from a SAD diet, which is the standard American diet, we will start you on like the ULT. It's the easiest to get alkaline, and it really supports you on all the foundational levels. And most of my clients that have come in with high blood pressure and have been on medications have actually been able to titrate off of them and have a great experience with this. But we always recommend that you do 2 months back to back. Again, like Deetra said, it takes a while to walk ourselves into this kind of lack of flow in our body. And it's going to take longer than 30 days, but you'll experience a ton in that first 30 days. But it's kind of like good, better, best. 30 days is good. 60 days is better, and 90 days is truly best. So think of like your blood. You actually get all new blood cells in 90 days. You can truly become a brand new individual inside and out in 90 days. Your hormones start to rebalance after 90 days, and you get new skin after 28 days. So your body can fully shed and completely transform. I've done it several different times throughout this past year. My body has completely just continued to shed and changed. And it's amazing what the body can do given the right environment. So I would do the ULT plus B energetic. And then the kidneys are going to be supported by the organic cherry juice as well. And all of this is going to give you natural energy. It's just food. So nothing is going to be highly stimulated. I would, depending on if you're on coffee, Can't Beat This is a great energy source. It has caffeic acid in it. It has a natural mushroom blend. It has beets in there, which is going to bring natural energy into your system without the racing heart. So if there is that like coffee addiction where you're needing kind of that boost, I would do the Can't Beat This as well. It's like foundational in my life now. I used to love coffee, but hated the aftermath effects and the stimulation that it would give me and the crash and burn after. And so I would burn out my adrenals every day. And this is going to actually nourish your glands and your organs while giving you natural energy. Thank you for your question. We're happy to support you guys.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. Shanice, is that how you say your name on? Can come off mute here.
I mute.
Hi,
How are you guys doing?
we're great. Thanks for joining.
Okay, great. Yes, yes. So this is my first time on here, and I am so in awe about all the information that I hear going on here.
Great.
So a little bit about my background is I went in to have my baby, ended up in a tubal. Tubal went wrong, which led to a leaky bowel, a NIC bowel. It led to congestive heart failure, renal failure, kidney failure, double pneumonia, E. coli. I mean, just a whole line of stuff, high blood pressure. But as listening, I'm wondering because I'm being followed by a heart transplant doctor, and he follows my vitals, my potassium, of course, the potassium pills, the fluid pills. I went from 20 pills down to it's been maybe 1 or 2, I believe. With what you guys have the product, does it include a lot of potassium? And also, they're looking to have like take out the gallbladder. So we got a lot of stuff that's going on here that I'm trying to get over and be a healthier me. So do I need to consult with my heart transplant doctor about the supplements that you guys have, and then I don't know where to start, or should I just get with Nicole? And thank you for inviting me, Nicole.
Nicole, oh, you're Nicole's. Well, Nicole is precious, as you know. You guys, of course, the energy totally matches. I love it. And look at you. How are you so happy? And you've had all of this stuff happen to you.
I
I'm
know
so
it
sorry.
happened 2 years ago. So I actually been going through, if it wasn't for my psychiatrist and also being able to be managed by, anxiety, depression meds and stuff, I had to really look at life in a different aspect. And my children give me smiles every day. So I really had to turn my trials into triumph. And I'm just trying to get back to a place where not just where I was, but just a better me, because I used to have so much energy jumping out of airplanes, climbing mountains. I mean, just really doing a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
And I'm so fearful of going to sleep, or so fearful this pacemaker is going to shock me. And I just want to be in a place where I can control my health, because what the doctor nicked my bowels, that wasn't in my control. But where I'm at now going forward, I can have control of that.
Yeah, you're in the right place. You're in a very soft place to land, my friend. This is going to be so amazing for you, and so nourishing, and so, so good for your everything internally that's going on in your body. We have a Heart Aid herbal support. It is all herbs that can help your heart function properly, and we can get you all, so everything is super transparent on our website. Every single ingredient, the back of the package, how it's made, what's in it, what vitamins are going to be also associated with that. The ULT, do you eat grains currently?
Yes.
Okay. I would go as alkaline as possible, as quickly as possible. And the reason for that is your body needs to desperately get into a healing state. We cannot claim healing here. Okay. Just want to preface that we're not doctors, but we can share beautiful stories of what we've seen. And my dear friend Rita was in a near-death car accident, and she had all kinds of ailments in her body. And when she found regenerative health, so regenerative health is different than Purium. However, you have a lot of people here that understand both. And we use Purium as a vehicle to get you closer to your goals. And then we can take you deeper when you're ready. So
I forgot to mention, I had near death too, honey. I was flatlined for 20 minutes. So I was dead and gone, like clinically dead. So,
well, you're supposed to be here, friend.
It kind of like, it really resonates.
Wow. So her spine was, they basically told her she couldn't walk, she couldn't get back to her athleticism, she wouldn't be able to run and surf and skateboard. And she was 19, and she spent 10 years trying to find the answer. And when she found regenerative health, she went headfirst and was like, I'm doing this. She got on some botanical herbs and really did the protocol, and her body completely regenerated. Her spine completely shifted and is aligned now. She surfs, she does everything she wants to do. She bike rides, she's like out there with all the energy and all, you know, all the things. So we can share with you stories and testimonies, but what I know to be true is that when your body gets into an alkaline environment, because our body is an alkaline pH, the only thing that's acidic in our body is our stomach. When your body gets into an alkaline environment, it just starts to function properly and it starts to regenerate tissues. So I would recommend, I almost want to say BioRegen. Deetra, would you also agree? So BioRegen was developed by Dave Sandoval. He's actually the formulator. He is a chemist, but he is essentially just mixing together fruits and veggies and herbs that work powerfully together to help the body. And he formulated this for himself after a near-death car accident. And he had all kinds of issues in his tissues. And it took him like a whole year to regenerate. But after he developed this, he got better quickly. And I would potentially add that in addition to the cleanse. So we need to remove the chemicals in your body. We need to remove the pathogens and parasites and increase your ATP, which is your cellular energy, so your body can actually get into that cellular healing and restoration. So I would say the ULT and the BioRegen to start. We can take you deeper next month. Heartaid potentially, I want to say Heartaid is like $20. It's worth it. So I would do the Heartaid and the BioRegen, and all of these are safe to take together, just so you know. And then I would also, I would just, if you're feeling odd, let's say halfway through, I would see if maybe you can kind of decrease on some of your meds. So you may feel a little like wonky. That is really your body like coming back to life, and you may not need your medications anymore. I can't say to do that, but you can definitely consult your doctor and see how you're doing, you know, midway through, and then you can go from there. But this is only going to bless you. I promise you, you're going to feel so good. Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Is it Shanice?
Yes.
Shanice? I also just wanted to add, you had mentioned the gallbladder, that they were talking about taking it out. So my sister was in that same situation, and she was able to regenerate by her second month, 60 days, and we've had no further issues. And so everything that Jen just said to you, 100%, but I just wanted to offer that encouragement to you that you don't have to have anything else taken out. Yeah.
Oh yeah, because I definitely don't want it. It'll send me back to where I was at 2 years ago with the leaky bowel and all these, with all this organ failure and everything. I'm trying to change the diet, like dairy free and eat more plant. Just really incorporate no fried foods and fiber. So I'm just trying to take it just one step at a time. I know it's not going to happen overnight, but I'm just taking those steps to try to be a better me.
You
I do not want that gallbladder, girl.
You need your gallbladder. Do not let them take it out. Do not let them take it out. You will save it. You will save it. Don't worry. We got you.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Bye. Is there anybody else on here that has any more questions? Thanks so much, you guys, for being here.
Did we get the question about Parkinson's?
Oh, maybe not. Was there one? Oh, can someone with Parkinson's take the supplements, and which package would you recommend? Deetra, I mean this.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. So in all neurological conditions, adrenals are involved. And so I would recommend the Ultimate Lifestyle Transformation and the Be Energetic to support the adrenals and really cleaning up the diet, getting the body alkaline. That's where I would start, and I would commit to at least 60 to 90 days.
Yep. And we've heard amazing testimonials too, from people with neurological disorders getting so much better, and people in wheelchairs getting out of wheelchairs, and just some amazing testimonials. So that is the body's, tons of parasites typically with neurological disorders. So we have to get the parasites out, defungal, deworm, all of the above. So starting them right away as soon as possible, getting them on an alkaline diet, and then add this in and then Revive It All. Yeah. Katie said Revive It All is great for brain health. That's a great one, Katie. Thank you. Shanice, do you have another question? Nope, you just didn't put your hand down. Okay. You're good, girl. Okay. Anybody else? Did we skip anybody? You good? All right. Thank you guys so much for taking so much time with us. We are so blessed that you were here. And like we said before, reach out to the person who brought you here. They have a discount code for you, and they'll help you get you ordered. Again, let us know if you're interested in the business opportunity. We can send you some videos that talk more about that. And thanks. And we'll just see you on the other side, hopefully in our Facebook group, where we're going to start on July 11th. So I'm excited to support you guys. Deetra, did you want to say goodbye?
Thank you all for hanging with us. Look forward to seeing you soon.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.